Call the meeting to order. In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Law, adequate notice of this regular meeting of the Pittsburgh, this is going to come up all the time. Of the Salem County Improvement Authority has been advertised by publishing in the designated official newspapers, posting in the Salem County Clerk's office and the Improvement Authority offices, and also on the website. Please join me in the flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Susan Bessel.
Here.
Ron Howard. Lou Schneider. Pete Borgos. Here. Bob Whitfield.
Here. Welcome to the new meeting room, the old meeting room. Sunshine coming through the windows. And welcome to our new professionals, a couple of them. We have minutes of the February 24th meeting. Any additions or corrections? If there's none, I'll move they be recorded and filed.
Okay, second.
Solid Waste Division.
Wait, do we have to vote? Do we have to vote on that?
No, it's just. Have to vote.
Vote.
Is there a vote on it? Okay, well, we'll take a vote on that then. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now we can file and have the solid waste report.
Good evening, how's everyone?
Good.
I'm going to start out right from the get-go with an apology that we were not able to unlock that spreadsheet to get those charts to work out, so I think we're going to look at just redoing it completely from scratch. Debbie tried it, I tried it, Sarah tried it, everybody tried it. Now that we've upgraded, it's not recognizing, because we developed it in Windows XP and now Windows 7, and it just won't even work. So I have some cute little things to tell you about. Compared to last year, same month, the difference in municipal tonnage is only 44 cents difference. That's a little weird, I think. Yeah, actually down 44 cents compared to last year. Construction, demolition debris is down about 150. Other tonnage is down slightly. But our rainfall, leachate, is up. I need to hear that.
Is tonnage down because of the access into the cell?
Don't really know. I can't really tell you that.
Think you're losing some
44
because of
cents. 44 cents for the municipal tonnage? No.
The construction tonnages.
No, it's a time of year. But last year, remember, we had a light winter. We didn't have as much bad weather, so yeah, I'm figuring that has a lot to do with it. You have my written report. If you have any questions about the written report, I don't have anything necessarily to bring up, except for I do have some good news about the agricultural mulch film and drip tape. We did sell the first 100 bales on govdeals.com this past week for a ½ cent a pound. Very excited about that, and now I'm learning how to be a logistics manager. I'm learning all about how to load the trailer and how the trailer is going to get here and where we're going to put it, and so we're working that out, and hopefully we can set that up for next week. We figure we can probably load 2 trailers a day, maybe, but we're getting the boom forklift for the whole week so that we have the capacity so that we know, if we don't need to be pushed, we don't have to be pushed, but the goal is to get it loaded as quickly as we can, so we'll see how that works out.
Now, the ½ cent a pound is not the shipping is on top of that.
No, the ½ cent a pound is for the material itself. We already charge for the tipping fee for it coming in, and then we have a ½ cent a pound to sell it to go out. We load it, we pay for the forklift rental if we need that. Once it leaves here, we're done with it. It's there. Yeah. Whatever revenue or whatever money I still have in the grant, I'll use to offset any costs for the rental of the forklift. But we're still in a revenue situation where we're making money, we're not losing any.
And we're also not throwing it in the landfill.
We're not putting it in the landfill.
That's a big
That's
one.
correct, and it's going to get recycled into industrial trash bags and tubing.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, in Arkansas. USA. It's not even going to Korea or China or Vietnam, so I'm very excited about that.
Good job.
Yeah, well, it hasn't left yet, so, no, but
And
it'll
it
be
was a
fine.
struggle to find a buyer for that.
Yeah, we actually had 2 that fought over it
Okay.
this time,
Okay.
so it's pretty neat. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So the goal is to get these 100 bales out, to bale 100 more, and then ship them out, and to do it in lots of 100. Because it's easier and manageable for us, and we have a place where we can put 100, and it's not really, you know, in the way of anything else. So next week will be the turning point to see if we can get it loaded and everything's done safely.
Are the farmers being notified that you're
Not yet.
doing that?
Not yet, but we will, as soon
You
as
haven't
those
in the
go
past.
out. Because to me, not done yet.
Yeah.
They're not out. Okay.
There's still a lot coming in even without.
Oh, yeah, we still have loads coming in. It's not a seasonal thing, it's all year round. The third and fourth quarter are the heaviest, the first and second aren't, but that's why we gotta get this moved, because we have no room to put any more back there. It's very, 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 very heavy. So, we're excited. And Louie's working right along with me to get this going, and we've got Dave involved too, because we need, you know, a lot of people thinking about how the
Dave
best way to
Lee?
do this. What's that?
Dave Lee?
No, Dave Foster.
Oh, Dave
Yeah.
Foster.
Dave Lee's aware of the project,
Okay.
and I'm working very closely with Karen Kritz. Karen's actually the one that got this buyer to call me, and we talked about it on the phone before we put it on GovDeals.com. Yeah, it's Delta Plastics out of Arkansas.
So this is through Gov Deals?
Mhm. Yeah. This is the first
You had your
project
buyer
of its
lined up?
kind in the state of New Jersey.
Well, I would think that
Yeah.
you need to, once you get your first bale out or
Mhm.
whatever.
The
that
first
you need to
truckload's
do.
gonna be a success, yeah. I'm
There's this
excited
event
about
like
it.
your Ribbon cutting. thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's really
I'm
awesome.
gonna take
Good.
pictures and, yeah, so.
Just don't let the other authorities know, because you'll lose your market.
They don't wanna deal with it, cause
Oh,
it's.
they don't? Oh, that's
No,
good.
they really don't.
Well,
We'll be getting that material coming from Cumberland and Gloucester now,
Mhm.
because they won't handle it. Yeah, they won't deal with it. So,
Good.
yeah. Thank you. Any questions about anything in my written report or anything else?
You have a shredder event this Saturday?
I do. Would you like to come?
I
3
will be.
boxes a person. You can bring 3 people in the car and bring 9 boxes if you want.
Be there to help you if you like.
You can certainly come. It's 9 to 12. It's right, we actually line up people right behind the office here, and we do it right over here in the employee parking lot, right next to the maintenance garage. Yeah. That's, and then the next event's next month. We have a Household Hazardous Waste Day on the 15th of April,
And
and
that's
same
here.
place, same time. Yep, that's here.
Will there be lights on that one?
I'm sorry?
Will there be LED lights on that?
No,
one?
we haven't got that approved yet, but hopefully we'll have it done maybe by the second or third one, so we can give them that. Okay?
Very good, thank you.
All right.
3 boxes are free of charge, correct?
3 boxes
2.
per person, no charge. Residents only. Mhm. Doesn't have to be in a box, it can be in a bag. People are like, well, I have to bring it in a box now. Just to give you a measurement of how much you can bring. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. The engineer's report, it's the written report, if there's any questions about it, I'm sure we can figure something out. And without objection, I'll have these recorded and filed. Received and filed. Hearing none. Received and filed. You have bills from the solid waste division?
Mr. Chairman, let's transfer first.
Oh, there is transfer. This is a transfer to close out 13. Or
This is closing
the
out.
final one?
Final closeout.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed?
That is resolution number 31.
Which one?
31.
Now they have the bills.
I move we pay the bills.
And there's some, yes, I have a motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? There's some from this year that are hand checks because the system's not working yet or
Finished
something.
rolling over yesterday.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Do we know the amount of the bill?
Pardon me? We need the amount of the bills. We just said pay the bills. We need the amount of what matter.
We didn't record it, gotta get it into the record.
Is that right? Okay, that's it. Okay, the bills in the amount of totaling $342,055 and $121,764.87 will be electronic, and $307,528 will be manual checks. Duly recorded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Economic development.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just so you have my written report in front of you, just one little update on yesterday. Debbie and I met with Owens Township in regards to the Pedricktown DOT site. There'll be some additional information coming out. We're going to have a couple meetings with the college, the Owens Township, the Army, and the Improvement Authority on that. So they have a couple different ideas, but they're still researching some of the things, how they can move things around and what type of property. And I did get a list later this afternoon of the tenants that are out there. So, that'll be forthcoming probably for the next meeting. I've been speaking with these capital investors for Penns Grove officials. They met the other night with the council, Penns Grove Council, and they're going forward with that. And they're probably going to rehab the Poland building, I think it is, the one that sits kind of right in Poland building right in the middle of town. Poland building, Poland, whatever. One of smoke fell down a few times, I think, or something. So, so they got some other plans on the table yet there too. So that'll be forthcoming.
That'll be involving us?
It's possible. It's possible. Depending on what project they go after. Because, as you know, Penns Grove is in the distressed city, and that'll win with the Economic Opportunity Act. So we can work with them with that too. So, other than that, we have a meeting scheduled. Again, I don't know if I've had it on here. I'm waiting to hear back with J.E. Berkowitz, and that's in regards to their expansion. We're working with their, we have EDA working with their bank right now, and with Citizens Bank, so on some funding. And I'm waiting on some additional information back from Woodstown Borough on the USDA grants on that, see what we can do about some bonding for Woodstown Borough. So, any other questions? Other than strategic plan?
Strategic plan, after we got it last month, are there any comments or suggestions to enhance or modify any?
Well, I'd like to make a motion that we implement it.
No, it's not yet, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some changes I'd like to see, but I can go over some of them with you. I think a lot of the focus is on the Improvement Authority doing everything, and I'm not sure that's the way it's going to be, and I need to go over some changes with you before the next meeting, before we finalize it.
Okay.
And I'll meet with you before that.
Sure. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Any other additional questions?
Thank you. I have, without objection, I'll have that report received and filed. Hearing none. The bills for the Economic Development Division total $898.98.
Motion to approve.
Motion second, all in favor? For any discussion? All in favor? Nothing in the nursing home. Any committees, executive committees?
The audit has begun. They've certainly usurped the room for you, but that's okay. Things are moving along well. And the IRS reconciliation for 2010 is still being debated about, bantered something. Debbie's working on that, and as soon as there's some progression of that, we will certainly report it to the board.
We have a meeting coming up with them on Tuesday, face-to-face meeting with them.
That's what Dave
They
tells
have,
us.
yes, and our auditor will be attending with us. Our IRS agent has received copious information to demonstrate that we have reconciled all of our records, as has our payroll company, as has our auditor, and information that they have is not been forthcoming to us, so we're trying to listen until we have this meeting.
And that's all we need is the auditor and
Yeah, they've got everything, including the IRS's own records.
And that's from a while ago.
Yes, 2010.
Personnel Committee, Mr. Howard.
It's good to see in position basing, we have opportunities for equipment operator, labor, and scale master, finance officer, and also bookkeeping. And we have started doing some interviewing on these positions, but we haven't got down to the final one to hire yet. We're still in the process of interviewing people. On the staffing issue, I understand our landfill supervisor's doing a good job so far, and he just had his 60-day completion. Appreciate the job you're doing out there.
Thank you.
Deb, if you can bring us up to date on the dental plan and deferred compensation.
Sure, the dental plan, as we all know, is active. We are having some billing challenges between the county that not only recognizes the county as a provider of that plan, and so all the bills are going to the county. And we're in the process of trying to get into their secure portal to secure our own invoices. They can't pay ours any more than they can pay the retiree health care for us, so we're working on it.
Employees policy, our policy is almost done. We reviewed that the other day, probably a couple small changes. We should have that out shortly. And our safety program is ongoing. Our random drug testing, everything's going on fine. And that's about it.
Very good, thank you. Solid Waste, Mr. Boris.
We have a lot going on out there, and weather's got us around the neck, costing us a lot of money. Leachate tank, leachate, had a problem with the flare, and methane gas, we're fix that up. But it seems like every time we take a step forward, the weather's knocking us down and costing us money. But everybody's doing a great job out there, and I'd like to thank you. And it is gonna dry up. And warm up.
We hope so.
Was there anything from innovation and technology?
No.
Okay, without objection, I'll have the reports received and filed. Hearing none. Executive Director report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tab number 6 is my executive record report that you had in your packet. I'll just highlight a couple of updated things on the Solid Waste Committee, just weather dependent, March 24th. So number 9 construction should start. Contractors ready to go. On the regulatory side of things, I did have an opportunity to speak with the Air Enforcement Division today. That involves our supplemental environmental project, and they are in the process of finalizing the settlement agreement legal documents, both for 2011 and 2013. Those will be sent to us, and the management team does have to review the environmental project for us with the light bulbs, so that's what they're waiting for. She indicated it would not be probably within the next month that we will get that part back. But they've agreed to a 25% reduction in both penalties, so they're fine with that. In terms of the regional sewer project, there's been no activity there, but there'll probably be a report at the next meeting relative to that. There's been some activity with another interested party as a result of a request for information, so I'll be able to share that with everybody after our meeting. We have been working with the county CFO to do the rebate calculations relative to the bonding. We've been in touch through Jim and the county auditors who are obligated to doing that and submitting that report to us. And we've had, as Ron said, a slew of applicants apply for our positions. I think 52 have come in for the landfill equipment operator, 11 for the laborer, and 9 so far for the scale master. Can't say they're all qualified, but there was a healthy candidate pool there. Website's up to date. We have completed 2 requests since the last meeting. We currently have none pending. I resolved an inquiry that was made that looked like an request. But they were dealing with the wrong agency relative to that information, so that's not set going forward. And you have a series of dates there. Most notable being, these are our meeting dates and locations now. In the second Thursday of the month here at 4:30.
And it'll be actually a month apart from now on.
Okay. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Any questions of the executive director? Without objection, I'll have her report received and filed. Hearing none. Unfinished business. Have to defer that, so we just got that later on. New business. Resolution to approve the rules to govern the meeting. That's on Saturday. The rules changed because the location of the meetings changed, the times changed. The proxy has been eliminated from this. You're still able to participate by telephone or conference call if you're able.
What about this proxy thing? You never use a proxy.
We're eliminating
Never heard of it.
Yeah. It was in there, and it's not really something we want. And on page 4 on G, the time for getting the reports for the following meeting will be around 9 a.m., by 9 a.m. Tuesday before the regular meeting. Anything else? That's 6. So there's a resolution to approve
I'll
that.
get it from you.
Okay, I didn't know you don't need these.
Yeah. Resolution.
Oh, you want the that's my one.
The resolution.
Even though my name's not on it?
Let me get that from you.
Okay, that's right.
There's an
Okay.
acknowledgement.
Okay, I'll have this resolution, which is number 34, to approve the meeting rules.
So moved?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Everyone in favor?
Everyone was in favor. No opposed. Anyway. Correspondence. Anything you want to point out?
No, other than, new moves, correspondence has gone out to both existing vendors who submitted requests for proposals that were not selected. Contracts are out to those vendors who did submit and were awarded contracts. They are steadily coming back into the office. We have had some correspondence back and forth with the engineer and the contractor for Sun 9, just preliminary information relative to scheduling. There is a new subcontractor on that project for electrical work. The primary contractor for the electrical on cell number 9, which isn't until the end of the project, moved his bid from the primary contractor. So they did submit a substitution of Hawley Electric, who has been reviewed. They're not on the displayed list. So I'm just notifying you of the substitution back.
They local?
South Georgia? Not Lincoln County.
I understand.
There was also something I'd like you to just pay attention to as a board member. Under the other informational materials, Division of Local Government Services did send out a clarification, which we took the excerpt on, and it's about 3/4 of the way back, about the annual financial disclosure statements that everyone has to file. They basically are continuing to work with their online system that we've been using for the last 2 to 3 years to refine it. It does look like they're going to grant an extension to the deadline because they're not going to have that system ready in time for everybody to use it. And I'll be reviewing with our solicitor our roster to make sure everyone that is required to file them does get a chance to file them. So it looks like there's going to be an online little video, I know the system has been a little painful to use in the past, because if you serve in multiple entities, you have to file it for those multiple entities. It's my understanding they're trying to work that through,
I hope so.
but state running computer systems always a little tricky, so stay tuned.
Just point of interest, I did go on the site, I thought I had to put one in, because you had mentioned, I don't, because it's 2013, I wasn't until 2014. Worked just fine, I could put 2014 in, no problem. Sent it to the county, and I got a note back that said, you are the first one to have it in, however, you don't need one. And that they were planning on sending some additional information. The site worked fine, it's simple to use, I mean, there's nothing really to it, but I didn't need to submit it, but just so you
Yeah,
know.
when you have multiple ones, you have to
Yeah,
redo
you have to-
everything.
Yeah.
It would be nice just to be able to list the multiple appointments. But you don't have to do one for
I didn't have to
the
do
new
one,
appointee?
but I wasn't appointed till 2014, because it wasn't until February.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's another thing about the cell tower. There's an easement agreement or something.
Yeah, that's,
Is that the offer to buy it?
this is
that
the
we talked about?
Unisom agreement, this is the secondary offer to buy out the lease. Unisom came in and valued that lease, and that hasn't been before, so it's gonna be that significantly less than the current vendor.
I thought you had
so-
a price a lot higher than that.
Yeah.
On the correspondence received and filed, if there's no objection, hearing none, it is. We have public comment. That it? Public comment, anybody? Hearing none.
It's a lot of pressure.
Always a
Totally
big-
not. I know. You can't handle that. That's funny.
Yes.
I wasn't prepared to speak, but since the pressure is here, thank you for the opportunity and it being closer. Thank you for coming to Alloway. Welcome, everyone. On the bill list, just briefly, if we're doing okay with the DEP and everything's working forward, there's a, something to be paid for 5,000 and change. What is that in reference to? I'm referring to, I don't have a page number. Here we go. Let's say it's in the solid waste division thing. Are you on the same page?
Tab 2.
There's no number, but it's,
Are you on the spreadsheet?
okay, we're gonna say number
That's an inspection fee.
3791.
Yeah, that's an inspection fee.
That's an inspection fee. Okay, and while we're on this page, thank you very much for that. There's three bills, or pardon me, three payments. I guess it's check number 3788. So, three payments or three line items. So the first two are the same, and the third one is there an increase
Yes,
for the
there's
March?
been a rent increase as of March.
Okay, and we're still maintaining that space? Are we still looking for new, or we? Don't you love the we? Is that gonna be, is that SCIA's main office at this point?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And is it month to month or not, Chairman? I thought it was month, I thought they were looking around for other housing.
It's charged month to month.
You discharged?
No, it's charged, it's billed and paid.
Okay, but
by
like
the month.
from a contract, I think, was it a?
But I don't know, I haven't seen the contract yet. I'm not sure what that is.
Because I thought, at one time, prior maybe to your tenure, I thought they were looking for alternatives, and that's kind of where I wasn't sure where we are at that point with the thing. But now there's an increase up to this, for the same amount of space, for, now it's down, it's up to $21,000 for the same space.
Yes,
And that's it, thank you.
thank you. Any other public comment? Yes, Mr. Cross.
Also, under the, when you were talking about earlier, that you're going to look at some changes to the rough draft of the Economic Development Strategic Plan. Just one of the things that I was looking through. I went to the website, and you were talking about the website. I was trying to locate it, if somebody could tell me. It says an updated map of the the new business or expansion plans, and said these listings are available on the authority's website. I looked around,
That's what I
couldn't
couldn't find
them. I don't know.
Can you send them the link?
There's a link
Is it, what, under what heading?
under economic development.
Economic
And then you
development.
drop down and then there's a link.
We'll send you the link.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you, that was one.
It just says site links, it's under sites, and then you got your links.
All right. Nobody else has one, I'll just give you an update on the tower project.
While we're on that, mine didn't have an appendix, mine had an appendectomy, does anybody else have the
Yeah,
appendix?
the appendix hasn't been done yet.
Okay, sorry, that's good.
That's why we're waiting to finish it up, and that's why we sent the email out with comments.
Okay.
We didn't have any additional comments.
Just as an overall update on the tower project, all the physical work is done. As by Friday afternoon, end of day, or the end of the business day, everybody should be cut over to the new towers, new channels. Everything's been going well. It took a few days to get started because RF Industries had found some static in the lines, and they wanted to eliminate that rather than maybe have to come back, so they wanted to do it right the first time. So backed it up a few days, but everything started kind of seamless starting last Thursday, and getting through Friday should be done. Law enforcement, emergency responders, everybody is on, so very good. It's going well. Thank you for your assistance.
I have another one. We used to alternate.
Oh, you can alternate it.
Mr.
There's
Chairman.
not that many, we're not gonna alternate.
Okay, well.
We can work around that.
A lot of pressure, a lot of pressure. Okay, so with the cell tower, is that still a consideration of trying to sell it and getting a better price, or having like a dividend come in every month? Because I wasn't sure, I mean, is the thrust of the improvement authority to unload that and get the money and have plans for the financial, or is it more to have steady income come in?
I'm not sure if that's been thought about a lot, but there's been some offers, and we're looking at the offers.
Take the
If
money?
if the offers are significant, it may be better to go that way.
And with the nursing home final payment, with the amount that's come in, is that still going to be divided, giving a share to the freeholders, or is that still, is SCIA's name's on the bill, correct, Chairman Woodfield?
Yes.
So is it up to you to determine how much to pay, or is that negotiating? That was a couple months.
That's a negotiation between people with higher pay scales than I have.
What you're saying, but is it up to SCIA to get to say that we didn't own it beforehand and?
Well, I think that has to come out, and I think it's coming out.
Okay, but there's some ways to figure that out?
Yes. People with that expertise are working on that. There's,
Because
we
you want to sell
hired,
the cell tower and pay off the nursing home, you see what I'm
Group.
saying?
The Lancaster Group has been working with us
Okay.
to appropriate how much for the county and the improvement authority. Then it has to be agreed by everybody, and it's a lot of steps to go through, but that's being worked on.
Okay, so that's still in. Okay. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Is there an executive session? We're going to have to go into an executive session, and before we do, I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the new location.
Mr. Chairman, we're going to do unfinished business.
Excuse me?
Unfinished business?
What was the unfinished business?
The economic development plan?
Oh, no, it's, no.
What do you mean not?
We're not, it's still being revised. Have you read the appendix? It's not ready yet. It's not ready for final approval.
And who's working with him on that?
We will be,
Okay.
I will be.
We? All five of us?
I think Dale said Mr. Cross said he had something to add to it. I do. You've had an opportunity. You have nothing to add, I guess you said.
No, I would like to see it implemented.
No, it's gonna be, no, it'll be implemented sometime. Not this meeting. Any other comment? Thanks for coming. We'll be, if you want to stick around for the end of the executive session, it'll probably be 10 minutes,
Yeah,
15
I
minutes.
mean, there's not anticipated any interaction.